How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Skyrim video. In one of my most recent playthroughs in Skyrim, I just completed the Dawnguard, siding with the Dawnguard. And I noticed something that I never noticed about it before, and that is, as the questline progresses for its Dawnguard, the appearance of it actually changes a lot. And this actually is a very cool detail added by Bethesda, as when you first join Dawnguard, it's kind of like Isran just took over the fort. He did a little, he did some things, but he mostly just took over the abandoned fort, and it's pretty bare bones. And he talks about, oh, we need to get things back up and running, but things are pretty bare bones at the moment. That's kind of the whole shtick with everything. And I want to show you guys how it progresses as time goes on. So the first thing you notice is the exterior of the fort when you first show up is very primitive. Aside from, the actual fort itself, there's only really one, like a few wooden, watchtower, lookout places. There's some minimal walls with some barrels and stuff laying around. There's a little camp where Durek can be seen shooting at a stump. But the camp really is just a bunch of wood, a fire pit, and a tiny little farm. So this is what Fort Dawnguard looks like before you even join. So now let me load a save. The second save that I have, where it is a little bit after you complete the first, quest for them, I believe. Alright, so here I am, and I am on the same account. However, I have just completed the first quest, and the first thing you can notice is that the same lookouts are still here, but before you even get to the lookouts, we now have all of these spiky blockades preventing vampires from sieging the fort, and there's now actually a proper gate with a new Dawnguard recruit who's hired to watch the gate. There's even some Dawnguard banners, a more sophisticated lookout, much more walls. And once you get past it a little bit, you still have Durak's little shooting range with all of the chopped up firewood, the little farm, and I believe this wall was actually expanded slightly. It usually just went up to here, but now it went all the way around this rocky place. And you have just a little bit more fortifications on the exterior of the fort. Now, the interior of the fort actually got a bit more advanced as well, but nothing noteworthy, so I'm not going to go inside the fort right now. The top of the fort is pretty much the same as well. So that's pretty cool. Let's look at the next save that I have. Okay, so this is my next save, and this is the part of the questline where you are going to the courtyard to go behind Lord Harkin's back to try to, sort of find a secret way into the Soul Cairn to find Serana's mother. And at this point, there's even more fortifications. Before you even get to the main gate, there's a second layer of defense on the outer side, which has even more blockades, a few more banners to, establish the clan, another lookout, and as you can see, the top of the fort pretty much remains the same every time, but you can see there's now 2 layers of fortification before you even get inside. Durak's little shooting range is the same little farm, and these walls are looking pretty much the same up here, but if you actually go inside the fort, there's actually something to see now. It's not just like an empty kind of abandoned keep. You go inside, you're going to see there's a lot more recruits. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but there's more recruits as time goes on. Isran actually uses this sun thing as a way of detecting vampires coming in. So even if you make it into the fort, these gates, by the way, these are actually gates, will be up. So if you are a vampire and you siege the fort, there's going to be these 4 steel gates, 3 steel gates, preventing you from getting anywhere, and the sun directly hindering you, while, the people will, shoot down on you from the second balcony. You can also see all of, Isran, Celian, and the inside is still very primitive and bare bones to some extent, but we have Florentis, Gunmar, and Serene Gerard. Very nice. So let's load up the next save I have. Okay, so this save that I have, before we get to what I'm just looking at, if we go over here back to the main entrance, as you can see, we now have someone standing guard at the front entrance. We have another barricade, which wasn't here before, added kind of as a nice funnel, so you kind of have to go around that if you're a vampire attacking. We still have the same lady at the front, like the second front gate. And now at Durak's shooting range, we have a bunch of refugees who have pitched camp in here because they, I guess, were attacked by vampires and they want to seek refuge. So we have about, 4 refugees who are now camping up in here, even though Isran will not allow them inside the fort. But aside from that, the top section is pretty much unchanged, and let's quickly hop inside the fort to see if it looks any different. By the way, this part, this is approximately after you've done all of the, like, Soul Cairn bullcrap. Like, you've just gone to the Soul Cairn, you've gone to the Forgotten Vale, all of that. So that's where we're at now. You will actually notice that progressively, like, every quest you complete pretty much, a new person gets hired as a Dawnguard member. I believe it's at this point now where there is armored trolls which you can buy, which is pretty damn badass if you ask me. That whole thing is amazing. And this is after you've completed the whole quest line. As you can see, if you go to my quest section, quest line's completed 1, and that would obviously be Dawnguard. So this is what it looks like once you've completed the whole quest line. First of all, we have an armored troll standing guard at the front gate, which is incredibly badass. We still have the 2 walls up here looking pretty much the same. Refugee camp looking pretty much the same. And if we go out here, the front main gate is still pretty much the same. And the second front gate is also about the same. I want to kind of go back to the entrance of Dayspring to sort of see if anything has been added to that. Oh, I kind of can't. Okay, 1 second. Okay, it looks like the front area of Dayspring never ends up getting any more fortified, but let's quickly leave to see if the entrance of the cave maybe gets a bit changed. I'm quite unsure about that because I usually just fast travel, so I wouldn't really know. Alright, yeah, the entrance to Dayspring seems pretty much unchanged, but it is pretty amazing to see how Fort Dawnguard actually gets changed as the questline completes, as if you're the kind of person who doesn't do it all at once, and you kind of just do it, you know, progressively as you do other things in the game, you may not actually notice all of these major changes that happen, because, you know, as time progresses, you kind of lose track of what the fort actually looks like, and the minor details kind of go over your head. So if you didn't know that this actually happened, please let me know in the comments, because this is very cool. There's actually a cage in the armored troll thing now. I don't know if that was already there or not, but yeah. Fort Dawnguard is very, very cool, and the way it progresses over time is, like, absolutely perfect. I'm so happy that Bethesda actually did that when developing this DLC. Anyways guys, I'm going to stop yapping for now. Thanks so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, please let me know in the comments. Man, I look crooked. Why is my character all wobbly? I think he may have had a stroke while recording this video. Oh crap. Well, thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I'll see you all next time. Stay awesome like always, and peace out.